Welcome to Lexington, where the sun shines bright literally and figuratively on their old Kentucky home, and the Big Blue Nation ready to get behind these Wildcats in this one. What we have in store for you today, a clash between a couple of SEC teams that could have season-long ramifications. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the Memphis Tigers, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Kentucky Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Memphis ready to kick it off and get things started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Bunch formation, trying to spring a guy free. They'll leave it with him. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC play, and it's not going to get any easier.
Well, no doubt about it. There were big expectations surrounding this program inside SEC play this year, and things haven't necessarily gone their way. They've had to fight a ton of adversity, but David, they believe they have the leadership in the locker room to turn it around, but it's got to start today.
Yeah, one at a time. Like, we got to start today. We got to find something. We got to find what we're really good at, what we can hang our hat on, so we can start to build some momentum throughout the season. Obviously not the start we wanted, but we got to point to the next opportunity.
The give to the back. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
They're strong, and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Didn't take long to need a clutch play on the opening drive. It's 3rd and 7. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Bringing it back. The 20. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
This in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
This defense was put in a difficult spot. Down, Tiger! The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw in this drive.
That's the type of explosive play you love to start a drive with. First down from the 42. And the ball is intercepted. Got some room to run. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Memphis.
I love this free safety and how he plays center field. And oftentimes, he's able to bait QBs into bad decisions. He did it right there. Made the quarterback think he was dropping one way, put his foot in the ground, got in front of that pass, and then showed you the wheels, returning it for a touchdown.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
After the first down completion, it's second and short. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And that stiff arm is a weapon for this runner. He uses it and picks up a first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
They've got it at the 37. It's first and 10. They're going to ride this running back. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle, physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, which they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the fourth quarter.
After the productive first down play, it's second and 6. Leaves it with the running back. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
This Kentucky offense doing work. They're set up with another first down. The give to the tailback. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Got 3 on first down. It's second and 7. He's looking to throw. A little screen to the running back. Just buried it. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get by.
And I know that defensively too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
Here comes Kentucky after picking up that first down.
Green 25.
Wide out in motion. Takes this handoff and headed to the right. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His 3rd interception. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
You know, quarterbacks have to be careful throwing over the middle of the field, especially when you're playing against a safety with this kind of range and this kind of football IQ. He was locked in on the QB, knew exactly where he was going with the ball. He was able to jump in front of it and pick it up.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Gonna take a shot. Makes the grab at the 10. Touchdown, Tigers. And they take it in for 6 more points. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
Well, in the modern era of college football, you're seeing more and more athletic tight ends, like what you just saw right there. The defense had no chance covering that guy down the field. He makes them look silly on his way in for the long touchdown.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. The kickoff team out there getting set. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point.
Yeah, nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Finds a man on the right. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chain.
And listen, you get zone coverage and you can hit that curl route and he comes open continually. Keep hitting it. This might be a play to come back to.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. To the air on first down. Throws to the wideout. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch.
out routes are very much about timing. It's got to be a quick, decisive movement from the quarterback. As soon as he sticks that foot in the ground, you know he's breaking out. Throw it right now so he can go make you a play. Great pitch, great catch.
Looking to go up top on first down. Makes the catch. It's Patterson. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
They'll line up for a second down play. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Only a short gain on that run. Defense played it well.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the abandoned it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a third down and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Complete along the sidelines, and that'll be good enough for the first down.
You know, as a receiver, it's so critical and important to know where the sticks are. He was able to modify his route, so he knew as soon as he caught it, he was just going to have enough to keep this drive alive.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Handoff to the single running back.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Looking to pass on second down. That's reeled in. It's Wilcox. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. He's going to try to knock one through from 49 yards away. The field goal is no good. Couldn't find the range on the field goal, couldn't cut into the deficit, and they are still down by 21. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Looking to move it through the air. And they got him for the sack. Well, after not getting a thing done on first down, it's 2nd and long from the 24. DB's right up on the receivers. Off the play fake. Throws to the tight end. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the great challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it.
It's really...
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. Memphis getting set to snap it on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
You want to change some of this bad luck you've had so far around? Get after the quarterback and get his butt on the ground. Nice job by the defense. This game ain't over. It's still the first half. This is a good start.
Now the offense has to overcome the negative play after the defense comes up with a sack. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Pocket starts to collapse. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
Well, great job there by the defense, because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Some 3rd down conversions tougher than others. This one a long one on 3rd down from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. Memphis will send the punt team onto the field. He'll try to really get into this one. A low line drive and short kick. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
This offensive line is going to have to shore up this pass pro, guys. The last play, they took a sack. This one, they allow a hit on the QB, which forces the incompletion. 3rd down, you're going to be throwing it right here, you think, so O-line's got to step up.
This is a 3rd and long. Single back formation, and they give it to it. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the 1st down?
At the 36-yard line. Now, 4th down.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half.
Memphis.
Kentucky will be forced to punt.
On to punt it away.
Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Corners are going to bail. He wants to throw. Coming after it. And the defense gets to the quarterback. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Memphis 21, Kentucky 0.
The Wildcats will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man.
And the Memphis offense will take over. First and 10.
Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field.
Green 25.
Defense dropping into soft coverage. They'll throw it on first down. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
Hoping to find one that works this time on second down from the 7. Now the play fake. He's going to go down, and he's in his own end zone. It's going to be a safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
On the move, it's Nash.
Returner is brought down at the 47. And your Kentucky Wildcats will take over. First and 10.
Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we play because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, the linebacker's showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's second and 12. Receiver going for the edge on the jet sweep. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. They'll go to the ground. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of third and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off, and they pick it up.
And you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the first down.
Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. Pulls it in. It's Rodriguez. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. That throwing catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
A first down run in the red zone. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, good call by the defense there. They dialed up blitz into that running play, and the linebacker able to make the stop.
They lost ground on first down. Now 2nd and goal from the 5. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll run it up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
If this defense can come up with a stop here, they will take a giant step toward winning this game. Pushes ahead. Push down for the tackle.
Decision time for this offense. 4th down, Palmer. The home crowd, you know they want to go for it. They're going to be chanting. They're going to be excited. They need a reason to get on their feet.
And I like it because the head coach sending a clear message to his team. We are going to be aggressive.
No hesitation from this head coach. He will go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. Run it with the fullback. He didn't get there. Knocked back on 4th and goal, and he loses a yard to the 2.
Nice job by the defense on 4th down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that 4th down play. Really good job by this defense.
Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency, David.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together, get some good mojo going.
They're backed up just a little. 1st and 10 from their own 19. They're getting this guy lathered up. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And a great job by the linebacker. You can tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. He'll off one deep down the left side. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. Touchdown, Memphis. And the punishment has been extended.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
The AT unit on the field. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. North Carolina is down right now, but that kid on the defensive side, I know this is a big statement, but he looks like a young Lawrence Taylor. do not rule out a comeback. They're trailing by 13 to Boise State. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
Kentucky Wildcats will take over. First and 10.
Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Second down coming up. Wide receiver shows motion. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Now adjusting. He'll throw it. Makes the catch. It's Washington.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Now the defense will try to keep them on this end on third and short from the 21. Leaves it with the back. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Memphis 28, Kentucky 2.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Looking to move it through the air. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. He's looking to throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
It's really hard to win football games when you're one-dimensional offensively, and that's the case. They just have not been able to get anything going, throwing it deep down the field. They haven't won their one-on-one matchups. Quarterback has missed some throws, and as a result, in the fourth quarter, they barely have 100 yards passing, and that's why they're losing.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking to the big tight end. And it's his fourth interception of the game. Those kind of plays can be huge for momentum. Even with the short return, they're set up at the 45.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
He'll start this drive firing. He's got it. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Fires to the tight end. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physical. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front. Had any success when they decide to run it.
Let's see what they've dialed up on 3rd and long from the 22. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. And after that short completion, what will they do now? Just a few inches to go.
Yeah, and you wanted to get the ball out quick, and you wanted your receiver to make the play for you and get the first down. You don't. Now, decision time, 4th and short.
4th down and inches, and you go read any book you want to, any analytical measure, and it will tell you, go for it. They'll try to pick up the first. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
4th and inches, just trusting your offensive line. They're able to get just enough movement at the point of attack to keep this drive going.
With the run on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Memphis! And the route is on. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Patterson. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Offense has it at the 28 on 1st down. Might as well give it to him again. Running with power. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space.
I think it's just too little too late, David, at this point. That's a play that they could have used a lot earlier in this game, but because of miscues, they're down by a lot late, and I don't think they're going to have enough time to claw back into this one.
Yeah, and I'm fine with you running that play if you want to do that. My goal now is with this lead, if you want to run it, so be it, but just don't give up the big plays. Let that clock continue to roll. Make him earn it all the way down the field and take a lot of time off that clock.
Well, this is kind of weird. They're not even going to try to run a play. And it looks as if the offense will just take a knee.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
And they'll take a knee.
Yeah, and this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And just they need to find something that they do really, really well. And running the football late in the fourth quarter when you're getting beat by a good bit, that's probably not it. This offense needs to hit the gas, and they need to pitch and catch a little bit, throw the football around.
And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee.
Yeah, and this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's later in the fourth quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
Well, you don't see this very often. So much for fighting till the bitter end as they will concede defeat. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out, they take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your unit. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This was a great team, and they proved it. Just domination from start to finish.